Welcome to the Week in Review, where we bring you the key developments that occurred in the Nigerian economic space. Let's begin with the story that the Senate in the week confirmed Mr. Lamido Yuguda from Gombe State as the Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Mr. Yuguda will now be saddled with the responsibility of leading the affairs of the apex regulatory agency of the Nigerian capital markets. The National Bureau of Statistics in the week released Nigeria's merchandise trade, which showed that it slowed in the first quarter 2020 due to declines in both imports and exports. Total trade declined 17.94% in first quarter 2020 compared to the value recorded in fourth quarter 2019, but increased marginally by 0.80% year-on-year. The value of total imports decreased by 21.08% in first quarter 2020 compared to the value recorded in fourth quarter 2019, but was 13.99% higher when compared with first quarter 2019. Total export value decreased 14.42% in first quarter 2020 compared to the value recorded in fourth quarter 2019 and 9.98% compared to the first quarter of 2019. President Muhammadu Buhari, in the course of the week, addressed Nigeria on June 12, 2020 to mark the nation's Democracy Day. And here are some key highlights of his speech. The president said agriculture remained the key driver of the nation's economic diversification plan, which is also enmeshed in the recently released Economic Sustainability Committee report presented to the president. The power sector will continue to be at the front burner of the policy approach of the Buhari administration, as the government has agreed with Siemens to scale generation of power to 11,000 megawatts by 2023. Road and rail infrastructure will be intensified, and particularly the recent Ijara Sukuk of 150 billion naira now extends the Sukuk participation in financing road infrastructure in Nigeria to over 64%. The president also announced the plans to resuscitate the Ajakuta Steel Complex in Kogi State through public-private partnership arrangements. The president also said in the oil and gas sector, there has been a transparent process of bidding for 57 marginal oil fields, which is the first of its kind in history. The president reassured investors and stakeholders in the oil and gas market of the commitment of the government to encouraging local content production, which has seen over $200 billion intervention for indigenous operators. For the Niger Delta region, which is the oil resource base of the nation, the president assured the Niger Delta people that the Niger Delta Development Commission headquarters building completion will be top priority, while the East-West Road, one of the major infrastructure in the region, will be completed as targeted by 2021. Considering the fourth industrial revolutions and the imperatives for nations to adjust to the developments, the president also reiterated the commitment of the administration to drive the National Digital Economy Plan, which was launched recently. He said the government was also working through the Ministry of Digital Economy to deepen the level of 4G coverage by 30%. In the education sector, the president said free and compulsory education, which is the Better Education Plan launched, will now be spread in service delivery to 18 states. The teacher training plan will continue to be a top priority of the Federal Ministry of Education, while the specialized education plan will take much investment and key focus. In the area of housing, the president said 1,200 housing units, 500 plus service plots have been achieved through public-private partnership. He said also 800 plus mortgages had been signed off, while the government continues to leverage the family home loans to provide housing and affordable rates to Nigerians. In the area of water resources, President Buhari said the administration is working tirelessly to deepen the dam's operations and the completion to create 40,000 direct jobs across the country. The focus remains irrigation, water supply, and support for agricultural activities in the country. The president said he had signed the Executive Order 009, ending open defecation across the country. In the area of environment, the president said the government administration has been working to deepen the agreement it signed with the United Nations Environment Program in planting of 25 million trees. Security, according to President Buhari, remains a top priority of this administration, and this has shown as the government continues to guarantee the security of lives and properties across the country. He, however, called on states and local governments to revamp their intelligence architecture. while saying that the Ministry of Police Affairs was reconstituted to focus on deepening police operations and activities. He also said that the National Command and Control Center will be expanded to 19 states across the country, while the Nigerian Police Trust Fund will continue to ensure that the police operations are effectively funded. On the border closure since August 2019, the president said the government remained committed to ensuring Nigeria's borders are protected while reviewing the decisions as the need arises. He said so far it has improved revenue and also protected the country from the importation of things like arms. In the area of social investment, which has been a key priority of the Buhari administration, the president said education, technology, and improved information has remained top priority in the strategy. Over 549,000 plus beneficiaries, according to the president, have benefited from the SIP, while 2 million plus beneficiaries have also received interventions from the Growth Enhancement Empowerment Plan. 9 million plus children have also benefited from the Homegrown School Feeding Program. Amidst the global COVID-19 pandemic, which has disrupted global economies and already triggered signs of recession in major economies across the globe, President Muhammadu Buhari said the government remained committed to working with all stakeholders to ensuring Nigeria navigates this challenging phase. So far, he noted that over 7 million infections have occurred over 200 countries in the globe. President Buhari said he has been receiving regular briefings from the committee and working to ensure that all that is required to protect and keep lives and properties from an escalation and total outbreak is in place. He implored all Nigerians to follow the guidelines and protocols stipulated by the PTF and across states, while he committed to improving nationwide public healthcare systems and infrastructure in the country. In the fiscal level, President Buhari assured the nation of transparency in governance, ensuring that open financial operations and transparency will remain top priority and every act of corruption will not be condoned. In terms of efficiency and capacity in the federal civil service, President Muhammadu Buhari said the Orosanye report, which was long overdue for review, will be implemented as it takes view of rationalization of ministries, departments, and agencies. On the rising tide of sex, gender-based violence, President Muhammadu Buhari frowned at the incidents of rape and murder of teenagers across the country. He said his administration has zero tolerance for rape and will strengthen security network across the country to ensure that all perpetrators of rape and murder are brought to book. But in Nigerian media, President Buhari reassured the media of effective partnership, guaranteeing the freedom of the press, while working to ensure that the digital switchover, which is being operated and worked on by the National Broadcasting Corporation, will be achieved. President Buhari reassured Nigerians that this administration remains committed to the security, economic prosperity, and stability of the nation. And that'll be all for this edition of the Week in Review. You can visit our website, www.priusng.com, to get more updates from our news stories and videos. You can visit our social media platforms displayed on the screen to get further updates on our reports. Till we come your way again, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and stay safe.